Alright, welcome back. So we're gonna experiment with our Flexbox and Grid layouts. So let's do some experiments. So we have already downloaded the files in the past lesson. So we're gonna use the files, the images, to experiment and modify the Flexbox and the Grid layout section. So I'm gonna go ahead to our homepage, which is now still open, and I'm gonna just make sure that everything is fine, and we have already published this particular grid. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create another section. So as you can see, we only have one section right here. There's no other tabs opened in this particular page. So what I'm going to do now is create a new one. Just click the plus section and we're gonna add this particular structure. Okay, so this one, because as you can see, we have used the 6 containers in one section. Right now we can also use this part or this part. If it is okay with you, you can use this one or this one. Then probably for the identical comparison, so it is best, I think, that we should use this 6 container section, the same with the grid. But remember, this is the Flexbox. Okay, so let's check and let's add other images using the Flexbox. And this is, I think this is the last image that we have uploaded. So I'm gonna go start right here and select this one and another image. Okay, so write this one, and lastly, let's make some duplicates so that we will also have the same images or the same output, just like the grid. So okay, so I'm gonna click this and drag and yes, select probably this one, and then add more. Okay, oh, as you can see, it went just below the other element, so you have to make sure that you are on the right container. Okay, so right there, so I'm gonna add this one there. So I'm gonna hit the publish, the latest update. So publish, just publish, and then as you can see, they are pretty identical. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom this out so that you will see the entire layout of our website. Remember, this is our home, the home page, so that this will be the front page of your website. So as you can see, there is not much difference in the layout, but you will notice that when you add new, I'm gonna click a new element and put some heading, or let's say text editor. You can see on the grid layout, if I'm going to add a new element and insert it in this section, you will notice that we cannot create a new container. Okay, and when we try to insert the text editor, you will see that what just happened right now. So another container was created, but it sets aside the other container. Okay, so you will notice that, and let's try to do that the same with our Flexbox. So I think it's better for us to put a title above our section. So I'm gonna put a title above this section. So I'm gonna hit the positive yes in the section tab. So I'm gonna put, maybe I'm gonna drag the title just to be more. Okay, I'm just gonna drag this one, and as you can see, we have here the text. All right, so I'm gonna put here the grid so that we will have the idea what we are doing. So I'm gonna put their grid, and I'm gonna click the style for, so that we will have the what you call this, the center, the alignment. Okay, so right there, and I'm gonna change the color with the text color right here in the style, and change it to black. Okay, right there, and do the same with our Flexbox. We will add a new container, or let's say yes, section. So I'm gonna hit the add element and put the heading right here. Okay, so the same, we're gonna put here the Flexbox to identify what we are doing, and then click the styles and then go to the alignment center so that it will align itself to the center of the page. So I'm gonna hit publish and hide the navigation. So we will have now this particular design. So as you can see, we have tried to put the title right here, and it just moved the other container on the right side. Let's try to do that with our Flexbox. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the same text editor inside. As you can see, it only accepts text editor above or below the Flexbox. See? Okay, so this will give you more options to add a brand name or a description for your particular page. Oh, sorry, particular container. I'm gonna erase this first. Okay, and adjust. Okay, adjust it, or you can just simply drag the element wherever you want it to go. And now we have the description. So we can put description here. And if you want to add title for the brand of the shoe, of course, what we're going to do is add another element right here and add title just in between of the image and your description. So you can now add, like for example, leather shoes. Okay, so if you want to make this aligned on the center or in the center, so you have to do is click the style and then choose the center alignment. And this one too, the same, proceed to style and then set it on the center. Now we have the title and the description for the shoe. Unlike for the grid, as you can see, let's try it again. I'm gonna click this particular image and we'll try to add an element, the title or the heading, and try to put it inside that particular container. And what it will going to do is just move the container on the right side and add a new container for that particular grid. Okay, so now you will see the difference between the grid and the Flexbox. So the Flexbox simply means, flex means flexible. Okay, so grid means it is fixed to be grid. Okay, everything that you will add will be assigned as grid. So I'm gonna hit the publish so that we will be able to save our progress. Just in case you are working on a live website instead of clicking the publish, you can use the save as draft. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this add your text here so that we will have some changes, and you will notice that it has the save as draft, save draft. Okay, this means that your live server or the live hosting or website will not be able to be changed as you have until the right word, until you publish it. So it will be a draft mode or a draft copy. Okay, all right, so save as a template will save the whole layout. Okay, if you want to save this particular part, this section, if you want to save this particular design, this particular section, you can right click and save as a template. Okay, so here it is. So if you want to add the same design to another page, all you need to do is save as a template, and you have to put a name so you can easily remember what it is all about. So I'm gonna put here the grid template front page. Okay, so I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna close this one. And if you want to use that particular template that you have saved, just click this container or just right click. Okay, so just right click and let's see if the okay, so probably it is not showing. So let me see if I can do the structure. Okay, no, that's not it. So we should be able to later na lang, later. So because we need to go to the dashboard first before we can deploy that. Yes, and we have to, let me check. Let's try. Oh yes, I remember. So right now all you're gonna do is this particular folder, click that, and you just can select this particular one and insert, like this one, insert it, apply, and wait for the changes to happen. So right now I have added the same template that we have just saved, and it is right here. Okay, all right, so yes, this might confuse you because there are a lot of views showing, but take notice of this particular text and you will see it is the same section that we have just saved using the save template. But of course, I'm gonna create another topic for that particular save template, and we will explore more using the save template. At least for now, you have seen that we can do that. If you want to save a particular section or element or page, you can do that by using the save it as a template. All right, okay, so right here, if you want to do everything, put everything just like the same way that we have done in here, so all you can do is duplicate and wait for it to work. Now there's a better way to do this. Later on, I'm gonna show you the faster way and the easiest way to duplicate elements now using the Elementor. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and proceed to this procedure and take our time to. You can also use copy, of course, but sometimes there are instances that it will accidentally paste to anywhere in your design, and things get worse if you have done things accidentally. And because right here it's impossible, or it's nearly how can I say that, it's nearly impossible to undo things. Like if we have accidentally put the element anywhere, like here in this side, and you got confused and you don't know what to do, and as you can see, there's no undo button in here. And yes, in the pro version there is the undo or revisions. Let us check right here if we do have the revision. Oh no. Okay, so there's no revision right here as of the moment. And probably when you do this, you can see the revision, because this one setting, page setting, is not highlighted. So it means to say we are not able to access the page settings. So what I'm going to do now is, what happened, I think I have to close this one. All right, so there is the page settings. Okay, so there are instances that sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. So you have to figure things out when you click those buttons so that you will not be lost along the way. Okay, so right now, what I'm going to do is just delete this particular part where I commit an error, and it will take us to the same design or same configuration or orientation just before. Okay, so I'm gonna hit publish, and of course you can change the colors of the brand of the titles, and I encourage you to set the titles or the heading to be an H2. Okay, so if it happens you have selected H1, it will give you a bigger font size, and it will confuse the let's say the information that we are putting will be confusing for the Google, because Google requires only one H1. Okay, one H1 per page, or heading one, only one. Okay, I hope you understand that. So you have to set everything, every title, to H2 or H3. Okay, and the H1 should be on top if you want to put some title in here, and if you want to make that title the main title of your page, then you have to set it on H1. Okay, so later on we're gonna talk about the fonts and some right now I want you to understand how the grid and the Flexbox work. Okay, you can check, you can do some experiments, and so that you will have more understanding of how Flexbox works and also the grid. All right, so I think that's enough for the moment, and we're gonna proceed to the next topic. You can do your experiments, and after you have done your experiments, you can go to our next lesson. All right, see you on our next lesson. Goodbye.